What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 13, Episode 7. The episode was titled The Jet Set and the Upset. All right, you guys, so I gotta be honest with you, this episode was much better than the past 6 that we've gotten. I was like, okay, wasn't as bad. We got a little drama in the episode. Like, that is what I've been wanting. Just a little bit of drama. I don't need, snake gay type shit. I don't need stripper, I don't need snake gay. I don't need rape gay. I don't need any of that shit. Just give me some fun shade and we gonna be cool. So I think we got that with this episode. So without further ado, let's hop into this episode review, shall we? All right, you guys. So I'm gonna start up with Drew first. So we see Drew and Ralph, and we all know the situation with Drew. She had surgery on her foot. So Ralph, he goes walking. So Drew now he got her a scooter, so that way when he goes on his walks, Drew can join him on his walks. So then while they're walking, she's talking to Ralph about inviting the ladies over since they're getting ready to go to South Carolina. She wants to invite the ladies over to get to know them. So we saw her. She called Candy, asked Candy would she be able to come over. Candy said yes. Then we saw a scene where she called Kenya to invite Kenya over, and Kenya said yes. But then she asked could she invite LaToya, and Drew was like, I mean, if she wants to come, I guess. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself like, that's kind of interesting that she didn't, I'm like, she's a friend of the Housewives. But then once we got to the party, it made more sense to me. I'm like, oh, that's what this is. It made a lot of sense to me. Because at the dinner that Drew had, it was the peach holders there. So it was just Kenya, Portia, Cynthia, Candy, and Drew. There were no friends of, no Joys, no Fallons, no LaToyas, no Marlos, no Tanyas. It was just literally the 5 peach holders. I'm like, okay, makes sense. I will say though, Drew, I'm not gonna come at you the way that LaToya comes at you about your wigs, because not every wig that Drew wears is bad. It's just certain wigs that I've saw that Drew wears that I don't like. And that one the only thing about that wig that she had on for the dinner was they said it was really, really long. And, she had the look, it just looked weird. Now for Kenya to talk about her wig, I'm like, when they left, I'm like, but your ponytail was dry. So you can't really judge. Now here's the other thing that kind of caught me for a loop. So the ladies show up. Cynthia was the first one to show up. Now, they rang the doorbell, and if you guys don't know what a ring doorbell sounds like, they have a ring doorbell. So I'm like, okay. And ring doorbells are really fucking loud, and you can see like when your doorbell is activated, you can see it. And I mean, most people have it on their phones, so it is what it is. But then the other ladies started showing. Candy and Kenya showed up, and they were knocking on the door. So I'm like, did the ring door? And then I'm like, did Bravo just edit that in to make it like it was actually a ring doorbell? But then when Kenya showed up, I'm like, no, there is a ring doorbell. I see it. So it was just a lot of, I mean, it is what it is. So, when Portia showed up, she was talking about how buff Ralph is. And the producers were asking her, how did he look? She was like, don't ask me that question. That might be a question for Kenya. So then, Drew was talking about the fact that she invited LaToya, but LaToya didn't come. And Portia's like, girl, you might want to be glad she didn't come. She was like, why? And she was talking shit about your wig. And I'm like, yes, come on, Portia, bring on the mess, bring on the mess. And if Portia didn't bring the mess, Drew brought the mess to them too. So they were talking about the trip to South Carolina, and they're talking about how they're going to get there. So the girls are going to go in the Sprinter. So LaToya, not LaToya, but Drew's like, so what about you and LaToya? Are you guys coming with us? She was like, oh no, we're going in a private jet. Now, here's the thing that I have an issue with Kenya, and I didn't mention it in last week's episode because I didn't know that it was gonna come back up. So on last week's episode, you guys remember when they were talking about this trip, Portia suggested that they use Fallon's private jet. Kenya shot that down, but then here you are this week getting a private jet because you got to think about your family. I have a little bit of issue with that one because that was a bullshit ass lie. Team Kenya, y'all might not like what I say, but you got to be honest, that was a lie. Because if she's thinking about her family, why the fuck was Latoya coming with her? Latoya's not a part of her family. Now, yes, I did understand it as far as her, Brooklyn, and the nanny went. I understood that. But where does her, Brooklyn, the nanny, and Latoya fit in? Like I said, Toya's not a part of your family. That's bullshit. Just say shit, you don't want to take Fallon's private jet. And that's all it is. Let's move on. All right, you guys, let's throw in this scene with the candy. So, we saw all the ladies as they was packing for the trip. So, Candace like, I don't really know what to wear. It's getting really cool. And then I'm a little thicker right about now. So, do I pack sweatpants or what? And, I guess she packed the sweatpants. She was like, I'm putting this dress in here, but I don't know if I'm going to need a dress or not. How many days did they go for? I know Portia in one scene when she talked to Miss Diane, she said they would be back on Friday. Whatever. So Todd and Candy are talking, and Todd's talking about he went and he was with Mike as Mike was getting his tux fitted, and he's gonna be like the master of ceremony for his bachelor party. And he was talking about what he want to do, and Candy was like, well, what if I did that for Cynthia for a bachelorette party? He's like, I really wouldn't care. She was like, you know what? Because he mentions, the dungeon party and that whoever they know. She was like, that might be a good idea to, see what strippers are in South Carolina. Now, the thing was, Bravo showed us the dungeon tour, and they showed the stripper that actually was at the party. You guys, I think they said it's the next 3 episodes that's gonna deal with this whole trip. Come on and bring on Strippergate, because I'm ready to talk about it and get it over with in that order. Let's move on. All right, you guys, so we about to wrap this episode up. It wasn't a lot, but honestly, the episode was decent. Before I even talk about Kenya's next, before I talk about Kenya, today is Kenya's birthday. So I will definitely say happy 50th birthday to Kenya. She's going to be on Watch What Happens Live tonight. It is going to be her, well, they're surprising her. So Andy's going to have Latoya on there, Sheree, she ain't got it, Sheree, and Cynthia. No Candy. Oh, let's pause real quick, because I want to talk about something real quick. Speak on It. You guys know Candy does Speak on It on YouTube every Sunday after the show goes off. So last week on Speak on It, Candy had Don Juan on there, and they were, recapping the episode. And with her Speak on It, if you guys are not familiar with it, she gives behind the scenes information that we don't see. So you guys remember in last week's episode, we were talking about the fact that Candy said that some of the ladies, gave some money, but some of the ladies, they weren't as giving as I was expecting them to be. And a lot of people speculated that she was talking about Kenya. And I believe she was talking about Kenya, because on Speak on It, Don Juan was talking about Kenya and the fact that Kenya didn't give that much. And then, it's so many people in Candy's comments coming at Don Juan. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Don Juan, by no means. People talking about he needs to stay out the women's business. People talking about, he's in the women's business because he's gay. It was and it was mostly women attacking his sexuality. Like, what does his sexuality got to do with this? And then they were like, Candy uses him for a mouthpiece. We all know Candy is passive aggressive. We do know that much about Candy. She's passive aggressive. But from what I saw, Don Juan was just like, and the funny thing is, in that same episode, Kenya was talking shit about Marlo, about where Marlo got her money from. But here you are, and I'm not saying, and Don Juan said he wasn't counting anybody's pockets. I think what he was talking about was the fact that shit, in that episode, you making a crack at Marlo, but did you give as much as Marlo did? Even if her sugar daddy gave her an extra allowance, what did you give? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not attacking Kenya by no means. I don't want nobody to take it that way. I just didn't like the comments about Don Juan, him being a bitch, him being, because he's gay, all this stuff. I just did not like any of that stuff that I was seeing. Here's my thing with it. Kenya came there, gave her time. That's cool. That's fine. If she didn't have, but the thing is, when it comes to Kenya, she was talking about what the girls didn't give last year at Mark's event. She, and some of her fans berated Nene about, the Detroit public schools when they had that thing where she was supposed to donate some money. People berated Nene about that. I don't feel no type of way about it. I don't really care if Kenya didn't give, what she gave, how much she gave. I don't really give a fuck. But the thing is, don't talk about one person. Don't talk about what Marlo gave or who gave Marlo what to give. She gave. That's all that matters, is the woman gave. Don't sit there and try to diminish it, but knowing you probably didn't match, you didn't match her or give more than what she did. That's the only thing I had an issue with. But let's get into this with Kenya. So we see Kenya and we see LaToya. They go out to lunch. I'm so sorry to Team Kenya. Not really. But seeing these two in a scene, it's really cringy to me. Because they're playing up on this fake lesbian storyline. And if I was a lesbian, I would be offended by this. I really, really would be offended. Because it's not cute and it's not funny. It's really not, to me. Just from the outside looking in, if I was a lesbian, I would really feel some type of way like, damn, y'all making a joke and a mockery of us. And we see Kenya give, LaToya some underwear. It is what it is. And, I've already talked about, them taking the private jet and her saying no to taking Fallon's jet. What else happened? I already talked about the fact that Drew called, inviting her to the house. So then Toya asked for an update on Mark and Kenya's relationship. Whoo! It ain't good, because I was just on, what happened? It was just yesterday on the Shade Room. Now, why would he do that? Why would he pick her birthday? Was yesterday her birthday or was today her birthday? Whatever her birthday was, why would he pick that day to announce where the relationship is? And it's a lack thereof of a relationship. Like, Mark is a complete asshole. I just don't like the guy. Kenya might not be my favorite person, but the way he does her and treats that woman is despicable. So, we see Kenya and LaToya as they're getting ready to head to take the jet to South Carolina. I hope it's South Carolina. So Kenya is talking to LaToya and she's asking her, so what have you said about Drew? Kenya, stop playing. You know full fucking well what she said about Drew. She's talking about the girl's fucking wigs. And obviously it wasn't just to you. She's now going to Portia, to Candy, and to Cynthia. People want to say that, people don't like LaToya because she's friends with Kenya. That ain't the case. Definitely not for this person right here. I don't like her because she's extra as the fuck. She's extra as fuck. That's why I don't like LaToya. I feel like LaToya is like, I'm on Housewives. Let me come on. Let me, be this extra personality. Maybe they'll give me a peach. I don't know what she was doing. But please, for the love of God, let this be her last season. And then she calls Portia extra. I'm like, but you the one that went to them. I can't with Latoya. So then we see the other ladies. They are all meeting up at Candy's crib so that they can catch the sprinter to head to South Carolina. Dennis dropped Portia off, and Portia, Shamia, and Candy, they all have a group hug. All is good with them. What else? They own the sprinter. Before they leave, Marlo shows up in a hazmat suit. What else? They get on the sprinter. They talk about how hot it is, and I'm pretty sure it is because they filmed during the summer. If you guys are not from the South, it is hot as fuck in the South during the summer. Because I know actually one year I went to Atlanta. It was my 22nd birthday. I went to Atlanta. It wasn't as hot in Atlanta that year as it was in Texas. But it was hot when I got to Atlanta, but it just wasn't Texas hot. Because I know here in Texas that year, we had surpassed 110 degree weather. Because the day of my birthday, it was 110 degrees outside. And I was like, fuck, it's hot out here. When I got to Atlanta, they were in the 90s. Still hot, but it wasn't 100 degree weather. Whew. I don't know how we do it in Texas, in the South, the heat in the summer. But they asked Portia, where is she and Dennis at? I don't want to talk about Portia and Coach Dennis, so we're going to move on. They did talk about threesomes. Drew hasn't had a threesome, but she and Rob go to the strip club. We all know Candy's had a threesome. And Tanya's like, do you have them sign an NDA? She's like, yes. Do you have them sign an NDA? She said yes. So then, Marla was asking about Porsche, how did Kenya then get there? They said it private jet. Then she got on social media and noticed that Brooklyn was there. And the girls with kids got upset. Oh my God, I feel like this is going to be what happened on Real Housewives of Potomac with Wendy, Ashley, and Monique. Please don't let it be that situation. Please let it die as soon as they get there. But you guys, that was the episode. Pretty good episode to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else, and share this video. I think I've already said that. If not, share. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys again on Tuesday, Real Housewives of Dallas. Oh yeah, Real Housewives of Dallas on Tuesday. Wednesday we will be doing Sisters. Wednesday is Sisters. Do I have another show on Wednesday? Salt Lake City. We got Salt Lake City on Wednesday. Then Thursday is Growing Up Hip Hop. Atlanta. Friday is Bell Collective and Life After Lockup. And then Saturday or Sunday is going to be Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then we'll do it all over again. But also, you guys get down in the description bar. Go over and check out. Also, you guys check out my affiliate link. And then go over to my planner channel and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. And as always, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance. And we will get through this together. All right, you guys, I'm off of here. I hope you guys have a great night. And I'll see you guys later.